What if the Uranus and Gemini transit was actually the best thing that ever happened to you? What if the next 7 years was going to radically transform the way in which you communicate, connect, and relate to all the people in your life? And what if the chaos you've been going through the last few months is actually leading to one of the biggest breakthroughs, one of the biggest quantum leaps of your entire life, especially in your relationships? We're going to break it down today because this unique transit of Uranus and Gemini has an energy around it that we've never felt before. Unless, of course, you're over the age of 84 years old, but this is the first time in this lifetime for all of us to see the radical shakeups in this particular area of our birth chart. So by the time we're done with this video, you're going to know exactly which relationships in your life, and I don't just mean romantic, but based on where Uranus is transiting in your birth chart, what to anticipate and what to expect, the connections in your life that could quantum leap, that could get even better than you could ever imagine. You're listening to the Relational Astrology Podcast, where we use the powerful tool of astrology to transform relationships in every area of your life, from romantic to personal, professional, and beyond. This isn't your typical astrology podcast, and you don't need to be an astro expert to join in. Get ready for real-life examples, practical tips, and tools you can start using right away to strengthen your connections. Ready to improve the relationships in your life? Grab your birth chart, and let's dive in. Hi, I'm Mandy Rose, and welcome back to the Relational Astrology Podcast, where I am here every week committed to helping you improve the connections in all areas of your life. And with this Uranus and Gemini transit, we have to understand that Uranus is a quantum planet. He is here to help you choose change. And he's going to help you choose change around the relationships connected to the house that he's transiting in your birth chart. So we're going to go through all 12 rising signs, but do remember, when we're looking at your birth chart, we have 12 houses, and you could tell me any relationship, any connection, any partnership in your life, and it falls in one of these 12 houses. Your HOA president, your hairdresser, your siblings, your neighbor, your romantic partner, the person you just started dating last week. Every single connection in your life falls in one of these 12 houses. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand which ones are going to be impacted by this Uranus and Gemini transit over the next 7 years. So I want to tap in. It's been a minute since I've been here recording a podcast episode for you. Let's go back to the beginning of 2025 when I posted my last episode. This year has been wild so far. And I know you've been feeling it too, my Astro family. We had the eclipses, we had all those retrogrades. Spring was giving. And so for me personally, I was being stretched so thin in so many different areas of my life, from health and family to illnesses going on in my family to business stuff going on. It was a life roller coaster. So if you feel me, if you've also been on a life roller coaster in the beginning of 2025, drop in the comments below. Let me know I'm not alone. We've been talking about it every single day in the Astro Weather Report over on Telegram. So I know it's been a very challenging season. And now we're showing up to July of 2025 with this once in a lifetime transit, with Uranus moving into Gemini. And Uranus always brings change. He is the planet of revolution, of innovation, of challenging you to move on to the next chapter, the next level of your life. And so I'm feeling this in my personal life. I am a Scorpio Rising. And so if you're a Scorpio Rising, we will get more into that detail when we get to all 12 rising signs. But I just wanted to share a little bit with you. I have missed recording this podcast episode. When I started back in November on 11/11, we launched this podcast. I had it in my mind that every week I was going to sit down and chit chat with you. And life has been lifing, like I said, but we're back. We're going to be doing it every week. So subscribe, stick around. We're going to be chit chatting all things relationships. Not just romantic, but the relationships you have with your siblings, your children, your best friend. If you're a business partner, we're going to be doing a lot of content on your ideal clients and collaborating with other business partners. No matter what profession you're in, we're going to talk about how astrology impacts you if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you are a CPA. I have an episode for each and every one of you. So stay tuned. And to launch the fact that we are back with weekly episodes, I'm going to do a little giveaway. And with this giveaway, I'm going to ask you to help me share this podcast to more people so they can improve the relationships in their life. And I'm going to be giving away one free cosmic download reading every single month. This is a new offer that I have where every single month I'm putting one theme on special opportunity. And so for August, the special reading is going to be for entrepreneurs and business owners. And you're going to get it for free if you win the raffle. And all you have to do to be entered to win a free reading is either leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, or share this podcast on your social media. You can use a clip and just reshare it from my social media, The Relational Astrologer, or you can take a screen recording or a screenshot and send it out. Now, make sure that you send me verification that you did this. Either send me a screenshot of your review or a screenshot of you sharing it on social media, and make sure you tag me. Send it over to therelationalastrologer@gmail.com. And on the first of every month, I will be pulling one winner to get a free reading from me based on the theme coming up for that month. And so with that, let's dive in to understanding how Uranus and Gemini transit could literally be the best thing that ever happened to you. And remembering that Uranus is the life coach to us. If you're new here, I consider all the planets life coaches because they're just out here trying to teach us lessons. And Uranus has a motto of choose change, or I'm going to choose it for you. And so when we think of this planet is here to take us into the future, into the next level of our life. And if we think of ourselves as souls who come here to Earth School, we came here to grow, we came here to evolve, we came here to have experiences, to not stay stuck and stagnant, to not stay in our comfort zone. And so Uranus comes in and jolts us if we are not in flow of moving to the next level of our life. And then he's going to choose the change for you. And this can be uncomfortable, right? If you always wanted to move to Spain and you've always talked about it, but you never actually put your house up for sale, and it's time for you to quantum leap to that level because your soul signed up to do that thing, but your human is afraid to do it, Uranus will burn your house down. That's how he operates. And so that is his vibe. So it's time for all of us to quantum leap into the next level of our life, specifically the Gemini area of our life, the energy of Gemini. Now, Uranus is officially in the zodiac energy of Gemini as of July 7th, and he's going to be here until November 7th. In November 7th, he is in a retrograde, and he's retrograding back to Taurus, where he's going to hang out for a couple months, disrupting one final time the Taurus area of our chart. We'll talk more about that as it gets closer. But then he is officially full-time moving into Gemini, into this area of your chart that we're going to discuss coming up from April 25th of 2026 all the way till May 22nd of 2033. So this is a long chapter of our life, a once-in-a-lifetime transit. You've never felt it before. You'll never feel it again. So we're going to work with this energy. Now, the other thing I love about Uranus that we have to mention is that he's a revolutionary. He's a rebel. So he comes in energetically to literally disrupt and revolutionize the Gemini area of your chart. It's not going to look the same. He does it in an unconventional way, in a non-traditional way. So just think of the Gemini area of your life getting not only an up level, but you're up leveling in a way that is almost disruptive, that is rebellious, that is unconventional. And we'll talk more about that when we get to your rising sign forecast as well. And how this pertains to our relationships, because you guys know I'm a relational astrologer. I'm here to help you relate to yourself better because you understand the chaos, you understand what's going on, but you also understand what's going on to the world around you and the people around you, right? And so Gemini is an energy of connection, of community, of sharing information with others, of technology, of transportation, of moving from point A to point B to go connect with people. And so just by nature of Uranus being the planet of change and innovation, moving into an energy that is requiring all of us to quantum leap and up level our communication and our connection to other people. And also just remembering in general that Uranus has this vibe around it of doing things in a unique, authentic way, not a conventional way, not a traditional way, but doing it in a way that actually feels good for you. And so this is where I really see the potential of how this energy could lead to some of the most significant revolutionary breakthroughs in the way in which we relate to the people around us. Now, I'm going to go back in time a little bit and just have you ponder the past so you can understand what's going on here and now for the future. Back in the day, give you a life example, personal example. My mom moved to the United States from Germany in 1979. And so she moved here with her husband, but had no way to easily communicate with her family back in Germany. This was before they had telephones or cell phones or Zoom or video chat, and it was the old-fashioned way of writing letters. And so that affected their connection, their communication. It's hard to build a deep connection with someone if you're not communicating with them about your everyday mundane things, if you're not visually seeing them. But we can't even fathom that in today's world. And so we've been able to connect deeper with people. We've been able to widen our networks with people. We've been able to find our people, even if our people live across the pond in other states and other countries. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Hop over to my social media if you're watching this on a podcast platform. Do you have someone in your life that you connected with on this earth? And the only way that would have been possible for you to meet this person is via the technology we have now, social media, video chat, a way to connect with them that would not have been possible in 1979 before there were cell phones or telephones. So this is the vibration now as we move forward, where Uranus is moving into Gemini, and he's quantum leaping our ability to connect, to relate, and to transport ourselves, to move ourselves from point A to point B. This is also going to require us to be more innovative in the way that we communicate, in the way that we relate, in the way that we understand one another, as Gemini is the mind. I find this so exciting for our relationships. And also understanding that with Uranus moving into a new area of the sky, this is an energy we've never felt before, right? Unless you're over 84 years old, it's been 84 years since Uranus has been in Gemini. So for most of us, this is the first time in our life we've been alive, we've been present for the up level of the Gemini energy. And seeing it happen, witnessing it, experiencing it in this particular area of our birth chart. Truly once in a lifetime. I do want to touch base on the fact that so many people fear-monger Uranus. And of course, this is a planet that comes in and takes no mercy. It is usually sudden. It is unexpected. It is left field energy. It is high highs. It is low lows. It is completely challenging as an astrologer to do readings for people on what is going to happen for them with Uranus's involvement, because he's going to literally come out of left field. He's the element of surprise. And vibrationally, this is the energy of like an earthquake or a lightning bolt or a volcano erupting. It's like, whoa, where did that just come from in full intensity? So much so that it is going to disrupt your life. But I want you to remember that this is a vibration of break down to break through, to disrupt, to liberate, to shake up, to put things back into place in a better way. Sometimes you have to take the Jenga tower and knock it to the ground because it was starting to get wobbly and wonky, and rebuild that Jenga tower in a better way, in a more aligned way, so that it is stronger the taller and bigger it gets. So I want you to see the potential and the opportunity and to work with the changes that are in store, because this is the magic. This is the portal. This is the potential to up-level the relationship you have with yourself, our romantic relationships, as our ability to connect and communicate gets more innovative, as technology gets stronger. This means that you could technically meet someone, the love of your life, and they could live across the world from you. But through innovation, through new technology, through a way of virtual reality, you're able to feel like you're literally living in the same house as them. This literally takes out the barriers in our relationships where, for example, you meet the love of your life, but they live in another country. Who's going to move? Who's going to move, right? That was the challenge back in 1979 for my mom. And she had to lose the relationship with her family and her friends in Europe in order to gain a new life here in the US. But now it's full circle. Now, thanks to innovation, she's able to connect with everyone. And here we go, where it's going to accelerate and quantum leap for all of us in a bigger way. Now, remember, he gets a bad rap, and so does Saturn, because they're going to disrupt your life. They're going to force you to choose change. And that can lead to some breakdowns in the current relationships in your life, specifically around whatever house Gemini rules for you. And again, we're going to get more to that in just a moment. But this is the ability to help you up level the way in which you share, you express, you communicate what it is you want, what it is you desire, your ideas. And this has the potential to bring in beautiful networks of people that can change the world. And so if you are a business owner, if you are someone that wants to build a community, a volunteer organization, something that is going to have an impact on the collective, this is the time. This is the time where there's going to be a lot of innovation in networks and groups of people coming together and bouncing ideas and brainstorming. I really see like any kind of masterminds, networking groups, community organizations, co-sharing workspaces, like all these places are going to pop off. And so this is a really, really exciting time. So I want you to just think again, one more time. What if the Uranus and Gemini transit was the best opportunity that could have ever happened for you? And I'm going to give you a couple ways in which we could see this play out, specifically around relationships. With Gemini being communication and Uranus being about authenticity and removing outdated ways, old structures, we could see the way in which we communicate with each other improves. So this could be through the development of better technology of sharing and communicating messages across different cultures and different languages. So you could have a really good, easy, in-depth conversation with someone who speaks a completely different language than you. This also allows us to up-level and quantum leap in our ability to be vulnerable and intimate in our communication. This allows us to be a little bit more authentic in how we share our ideas, our feelings, our brainstorming innovations, right? So I do see a lot of connections just from the technology aspect of connecting relationships deeper. Also, I definitely see this as being a way of breaking out of old, dated patterns in how we communicate. And so think of like codependency, think of avoidant or attachment issues. Like Uranus is going to come in and quantum leap your ability to just lay it out there. And so I'm really excited to see this in the mental health space and the therapy space. I think therapists and mental health counselors are going to get a huge innovative boost, that we are going to break out of old traditional structures of therapy, of talk therapy, that there's going to be new ways like journaling. And yeah, I just think it's going to be very cool that the old way of doing therapy and mental health is going to, in the next 7 years, be very outdated. And through the healing of people's mental programming and mental health issues, that allows them to be more available to be in partnerships, romantic or not, friendships, for example, or better parents, better siblings, better neighbors. And that improves, again, the connections in all areas of our life. I think kind of related to what I was saying earlier, we're also going to see us opening up or widening our connections to other cultures, to other languages, to people that don't live near us. I think that really our social circles are going to get more up-leveled and wider and brighter, and you're going to be able to find so many more people that you wouldn't normally find. And that could be through more innovation in social media. I really see that happening as well. And that allows you to find your ideal people, your ideal tribe. That's your ideal CPA, the one that just gets you and your money and your visions for your future, your ideal hairdresser, the one that just understands how to do your hair based on the words that you're using. Have you ever had that happen? You go get your hair done and you try to communicate and express what it is you want them to do, and then they do it and it's like they heard you completely wrong. Yeah, that's where we're going to have innovation. We're going to be speaking Gemini, communicating in a way that's quantum up-leveled, that's leaping forward. And they're going to get it, right? Because you found your person. and so on and so forth, and all other connections in our life. And another thing I see here really is about the mental piece, the mental stimulation, because Gemini is like multiple tabs open. It's the twins, it's this and that. And Uranus brings that vibration, that quantum energy. We're just like shaking things up below the surface. And so I really can see us really craving more mental connection and mental stimulation in our partnerships. So I'm sure you have this too. You have a friend, you have a romantic partner, you have someone in your life, and they're just not very communicative. Or you hang out with them and it's like you wish you talked more, you wish you could brainstorm more, you wish that there was more connection, that they texted you back quicker. I think this is going to be a need that more people have with this transit, that it's like if we just can't jive and we can't just communicate, we can't just bounce ideas off of each other, like we're not for each other. And so I can see a lot of relationships shifting, again, that break down to break through, to find those people that when you get together, you're just yap, 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 right? You're just like on the same vibration. But the transition with Uranus, right? The breakdown to the breakthrough is not always comfortable. There's the shift, the change that has to take place. So I do think that is going to be possible for so many people. And then lastly, I do want to touch on the nervous system piece, because with the energy of Gemini, it relates a lot to, again, the mental health, but the nervous system. And Uranus is the vibrational planet. So I do think that there is going to be a lot of innovation in technology that is going to help people rewire their nervous system, rewire their attachment, their vulnerability, their wounds. And as people regulate their nervous system, it allows them to be more present. I also have had anxiety, so let me know if this is you too. When you're going through a panic attack or you're anxious or you wake up one day and you just feel like you want to crawl out of your skin, do you show up as a good partner? Do you show up as the ideal business owner for your clients? Do you show up as the best parent? No, because your nervous system is dysregulated. You're more jumpy. Maybe you're more internal and you don't communicate a lot. You know, our nervous system is really the foundation of having healthy relationships. And I think the innovation and the advancements and the technology and the breakthrough that Uranus can bring around these Gemini energies of the nervous system, of the mind and the mental health is going to make everyone a better human for themselves and for the people that they come in contact with. Because we know that energy spreads, right? One rotten apple can spoil the whole bunch. And so even in our own nervous systems, if you're around someone who's very anxious, you become anxious. If you're around someone who's very calm, cool, and collected, you instantly become calm, cool, and collected. And so I think this ripple will happen in society, and it's super exciting. So I do want to share that with you because again, what if this Uranus and Gemini transit is the best thing that ever happened to us? So with that, I want to see how good it's going to get for you by going through all 12 rising signs. And I'm going to preference this and remind you, when we talk about the connections, the partnerships, the relationships that you have in your life, each one falls into one of the 12 houses. And I'm a relational astrologer, so I go deeper than just the pop astrology of saying your marriage is in the 7th house, your boss is in the 10th house, your friends are in the 11th house, your children are in the 5th house. That is boring. That is basic. We're going to go so much deeper. And if you want my free PDF that goes through each of the 12 houses, and it has a huge list of all the different people in your life, where they fall in your chart. And so again, I'm going to give you the example. Like most people wouldn't think that the HOA lady falls somewhere in your birth chart, but it's going to be in your area of neighborhoods, your 3rd house. You wouldn't think that maybe your investment, your stockbroker would be in your birth chart, but it is. It's in the 8th house. And so your stockbroker needs to have the vibration of the zodiac energy of your 8th house. That's how you find your ideal investor, stockbroker. You wouldn't think necessarily that your mentor, who's going to help you with life coaching, who you're hiring on the internet to help you with life coaching, needs to have a certain energy, a certain vibration. That's going to be in your 11th house, people that help you move towards the future. So I created that PDF for you to have a better understanding of relationships and your own personal birth chart. And you can pull it up when I get to your rising sign, because of course I can't go through every single relationship that is tied to the Gemini area of your chart, or this video would be 5 hours long. So when I give you your rising sign breakdown, I want you to go look at that PDF, go to that house that Gemini rules for you, and you can see all the other relationships that will also also be impacted in the 7-year transit. And there's still some things we need to discuss about this transit, but let's do your rising sign forecast first, and then I will see you after that to continue this conversation. And you can listen to this for whole sign or Placidus house system. I'm going to go through each houses. So if it's whole sign systems, you can listen for your rising sign. If you're using the Placidus house system, just listen for the house that Uranus is going to be transiting or the multiple houses that Uranus will be transiting through over the next 7 years. So for those of you having Uranus in Gemini transiting your first house, which is most likely my Gemini risings, you might actually feel this the most. This is the relationship you have with yourself. You are quantum leaping in your needs, your wants, and your desires. You are becoming a rebel, a revolutionary. You are going to be the ones that are really shining and shifting in the way in which you want to be seen by the world. So you are going to feel over the next 7 years that this is going to be the biggest gift, the biggest opportunity for you to not only be seen and heard by the world, but to also literally quantum leap into the next level of your life. It is rare for us to get Uranus in the first house transit in our lifetime unless we live to 84 years old. So this is a huge, powerful opportunity. And this is also going to relate to the relationships that you have in your life or connections you have to people that help you with your physical body. Because remember, the first house is all about the energy that you're birthed into. It's this vehicle, it's this vessel that you're driving around Earth School with. So anyone that's like a stylist, someone that is helping you with your social media marketing, a fashion designer, someone that is like a seamstress that's like sewing your clothes. We're looking at personal trainers. We're looking at anyone that influences your self-image, your own image of yourself, like an influencer on social media that you're following that helps you kind of like pick out your wardrobe. Anyone that mirrors you, anyone that kind of helps you with your confidence level, like a coach, and anyone that is going to life coach you in this quantum leaping, quantum up level. So essentially, you're going to be showing up differently. And as you start quantum up leveling and showing up differently, the way you dress, your needs, your wants, your desires, that is going to ripple into every area of your life. When something happens in our first house, it is like being reborn. And to have Uranus in your first house, this is the vibration of being reborn into the next level of your life. And as you shift, that will radiate into every other area of your chart, aka every other relationship in your life. So this could truly be the best thing that ever happened to you, because my Gemini risings or first house Uranus transit people, this is a huge move in your life. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF, go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. Those of you with Uranus transiting your second house, so most likely my Taurus risings, you're going to see a quantum up level in your financial world and any relationships that connect you to your worth, your investments, your money, your assets, your resources, and anyone that supports you financially. And so this is a really exciting energy, because if we think of Gemini in your second house, you attract money and finances and resources to you through communication, through educating other people, and typically educating people on finances, on money. And so Uranus coming in here is going to help you shake that up. It's going to help you follow your own authentic path when it comes to your finances. So I want you to look at the connections in your life, such as financial advisors, business coaches, money mindset coaches, people that help you up level, quantum leap your money mindset, or the way in which you communicate with other people. Anyone that you have to negotiate with around finances. So maybe you're selling a car, maybe you're buying a home, you're purchasing an asset. All these types of relationships in your life for the next 7 years are going to up level. Maybe you find really cool, innovative disruptors in the world around wealth and asset management. We're looking at clients. Maybe in the next 7 years, this is the best thing that ever happened to you, because you attract in and you quantum leap and up level the clients that you attract into your life. And therefore it up levels your finances, which is your second house. We're also looking at people like your accountants, your CPAs, people that help you budget and manage your money, people who help you streamline your assets. It can even be people that help you like sell things like appraisers, things like that. So I want you to pay attention, my Taurus risings. This could truly be the up level that you've prayed for in your financial world. But don't forget that Uranus disrupts, breaks down before he breaks through. So there might be some high highs, there might be some low lows in your financial world, but find the connections, find the relationships in your life that help you get to the next level. And that's what Uranus is here to do for you. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF, go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. For those of you having Uranus transiting through your third house, so most likely my Aries risings, we are looking at the relationships that are going to get a quantum up level that are connected to your community, your tribe, your people. Now, in regular pop astrology, we think of the third house as the relationships you have with your siblings or your neighbors, but it goes so much deeper than that. So make sure you look at my PDF guide so you can see all the different relationships that Uranus will be shaking up, will be quantum leaping in your life. You could have some high and low lows with your siblings in the next 7 years with this transit, but let's think of it as your neighborhood. Who are the people that you know, that you say hello to when you go on a walk? That could be your new best friend. That could be someone that helps you quantum leap up level in your life, helps you get a new job, introduces you to your, future husband or wife. Also, like your HOA president. Not only does it deal with your neighbors, but it deals with people in your local community. Let's broaden it out a little bit. The barista that you go to the coffee shop and meet every day, the postal worker when you stop at your local post office. These are people that could bring super huge changes into your life. And I know that sounds crazy, but let's say one day you go drop off your mail, you see the same postal worker every day, and all of a sudden they spark up a conversation with you and they find out that you're a business owner, and all of a sudden they become one of your best paying customers. Like, these are the people that are going to help up level your life throughout the next 7 years. It could be people that you go to networking meetings with, right? Who are the people that are connecting you to other people? So kind of like your tribe, but more so people that help you get your message out, that help you relate to more people. So who are the people that widen your connections? Also, it's people that you talk to or text daily. So there could be a lot of innovation, a lot of communication, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of ideas. Having Gemini in the third house means that you are meant to be a teacher. You're meant to write and blog and communicate and share your knowledge and your wisdom with other people. You're a natural chit-chatter. And Uranus is going to come in and liberate that out of you. He's going to come in and help you disrupt industries and disrupt relationships with your voice, with all the knowledge that you have. So use it. And also, I just want you to kind of remember here too, that when we're thinking of the relationships connected to your third house, it's really the energy of connecting with people to change the world, right? So it's like, who are the people that allow me or put me on a platform to speak my truth? And Uranus is going to find those people. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF. Go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. Now, those of you who have Uranus transiting your fourth house, so most likely my Pisces risings, this is going to be Uranus coming in and shaking up the relationships and the connections that you have to your family, to your home. And we're even talking on a quantum subconscious level, your ancestral DNA. So this is a really exciting transit. And I want you to understand that Uranus will force you to choose change. You may have friends that feel like family right now, but Uranus is like, nope, we got to move on. We got to evolve. We've got more people out there that are going to feel like home, that are going to feel like family. And so there might be some high highs and low lows around your family unit, around people that feel like home right now, but in the next 7 years, they may not anymore. But this could truly draw in and attract through communication, through connection, through innovation, through technology of finding your little tribe, your people. This can also really kind of innovate the connection that you have to your origins. This is like maybe going on this deep discovery through advanced technology that comes out with this transit that we talked about earlier in this video that allows you to discover more about your ancestry, your genealogy. Maybe there's a spontaneous trip that you take, right? Because Gemini rules transportation, and you go on a spontaneous trip to the origin of your family, to Europe or Africa or Asia or wherever that lineage destination is. And so that could be really, really exciting. This also deals with people that live within your home, and that could be shifting a lot. And those relationships could be impacted. So roommates moving in and out, children moving in and out, maybe a family member moves in, moves out. So there's just a lot of movement and change and breakthroughs and up-leveling that is required within your home. And just broadening outside of relationships, you could see that you might move your home. You might update or innovate or add more technology into your home, but that's going to impact the relationships that you have around your home. So also we're looking at relationships that could be magnetized into your life that help you with your home. You find the ideal contractor that you've been looking for years, and now you finally decide to renovate because you found the person, right? They were like quantum leaped into your life. Plumbers, electricians, it's like, damn, where do these people come from, right? Or maybe you fire someone that's been helping you take care of your home, and they've been taking care of your home forever. They've been doing the lawn forever. They've been a nanny in your home, right? And so this is just going to shift the relationships connected to family, ancestry, and within your home units. Overall here, your family patterns may be getting rewired through the 7-year transit. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF. Go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. For those of you having Uranus transit your 5th house, so most likely my Aquarius Risings, we are looking at the house that is connected to the relationships around romance and dating. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. And children and people you connect with passion projects, creative projects, and all my entrepreneurs. Listen up if you have this energy moving through your 5th house. So first and foremost, when we're thinking of this energy, it's going to be a plot twist. Uranus comes in and disrupts left field energy. So if you are dating someone, that might get shaken up a little bit. That might be high highs, low lows. You break up, you date other people, you get back together. Like, it is a challenging time sometimes with Uranus moving through your 5th house, especially if you're trying to date. But know that by the end of it, he is moving you towards your future. He's helping you up level the romantic partners that you are attracting into your life. So it can be exciting, but it can definitely be a little bit of a roller coaster. If you're in a relationship, a marriage, maybe you've been married for 20, 30 years. Maybe this is going to be a time, a season of your life where you're going to have to start dating your partner again, where you are craving more passion and joy and excitement, more sensuality, sexuality in your long-term partnerships. And Uranus is coming in and vibrationally quantum leaping you and shaking that awake again in your partnership. And you might want to feel a little bit more feisty, more childish, more playful. And so going out to do fun things with your long-term partners, like going to concerts or picking up a new hobby, like this could be the quantum leap that Uranus is bringing into your dating life, whether you're currently dating, you're single, or you're in a long-term committed partnership. Now, let's talk about children. Here's the thing. If you are not wanting to have children, but Uranus is moving through your 5th house, it could be a surprise. It could be left field energy. Even if you're not trying to get pregnant, it could bring other children into your life. Maybe nieces and nephews. Maybe you're a godparent. Maybe you start working with children. So definitely pay attention to children, as this could be a left field surprising energy through the 7-year transit. And then let's talk a little bit about my business owners, my entrepreneurs. This is really a time where you're going to feel very inspired and innovative. You have Gemini in this area of your chart. So when it comes to creating projects or innovating or entrepreneur in business, it's about using your voice. It's about educating. It's about marketing yourself. It's about sharing your unique ideas and skills and talents with the world, and doing that in an exciting, fun, passionate way. And Uranus is going to start shaking that up out of you. He's going to help you innovate with new ideas and new ways to market yourself as a business owner. And lastly here, this is really connected to relationships that you have that help heal your inner child. Uranus in the 5th house is going to force you to liberate, to take the shackles off your inner child and have more fun. So therapists, people that help heal like childhood wounds, practitioners, like that may be a resource or something that kind of just lightning bolts into your life. So pay attention over the next 6 years. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF, go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. Those of you with Uranus transiting your 6th house, most likely my Capricorn risings, we are looking at connections that you have with people that help you improve your life. Where the 6th house deals with your daily habits, your daily routines, your work-life balance, people who are of service to you. And it also deals with your pets. So remember, Uranus is here to quantum leap this area of your life. So this could truly be the best thing that ever happened to you for your health, your wellness, and your work life. Now, it does bring innovation. It does bring disruption. It brings high highs and low lows. And when I personally had Uranus moving through the 6th house, it sucked for my health. I went through health crises, but I also reversed my autoimmune disorder. I had someone come into my life that was a coach, a health coach specifically for autoimmune. And she guided me through all these things that allowed me to literally heal my body. So disruptions could come in that quantum leap people into your life that helps you up level your health, your day-to-day habits. So we are looking at relationships connected to your employees, your coworkers, your bosses. So this could get a liberation or shift in the next 7 years. So all of a sudden you're like at a new company, you have new coworkers. Also, this deals with like virtual assistants, personal assistants, people that help you in your day-to-day life, like a nanny or a house manager. We're also looking at anyone in the health and the wellness field that is going to help you with your health, especially when Uranus brings these high highs and low lows. So we're looking at doctors and nurses, personal trainers, nutritionists, anyone that comes in to help you quantum leap your health through this transit. And of course, we're looking at people that just help you and be of service to you, like your dry cleaner, someone like delivery drivers, people that drop off your Amazon packages. You're going to notice you're going to have a lot of communication, a lot of connection. There could be some innovation. These people might bring new ideas. They might have a really good conversation with you on a day that you're just feeling down in the dumps with your health. So just pay attention. There's a lot more relationships connected to the 6th house. So just find that in the PDF. But let me know if this resonates. Good luck, and just take really good care of your health and make the changes that you need to make. Because if you don't, Uranus will choose the change for you. He will shake you up until you do what you need to do when it comes to your health, wellness, daily habits, and your routines. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF. Go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. If you have Uranus transiting through Gemini in your 7th house, meaning you're most likely a Sagittarius rising, first and foremost, I want to say it does not mean you're going to get divorced. This is what a lot of pop astrology says. And although it can happen, it actually happened to me the day that Uranus moved into Gemini. My husband ghosted me. But in the last 7 years, my life has completely quantum leaped. And that is what I want for you. Remember, my Sagittarius risings, we are looking at the 7th house, which is the house of long-term partnerships. So if you are married, this doesn't mean you're going to get divorced. It means that your long-term partnerships are going to get an up level. Uranus is here to help you choose change, to move that deep romantic partnership to the next level. But not all my Sagittarius risings are married. And so what this essentially means is that you are going to be looking at upcoming potential partnerships over the next 7 years and taking them to the next level very quickly, right? Uranus is very spontaneous. So if you are single, my Sagittarius risings, you can expect someone to come in out of left field because Uranus comes quickly, swiftly, like lightning bolt. And so there could be high highs and low lows in that partnership, but it's essentially moving you forward in your life. Now, remember, the 7th house is not just romantic long-term commitments. It also deals with clients and business partnerships, right? The 7th house deals with all the relationships in your life that are connecting you to another person in an intimate way. So if you are a business owner, listen up. This could be bringing in some beautiful quantum leaping clients of yours. You could see some clients fade out, right? Because Uranus can disrupt, it can reduce, it can remove, it can break down the current connections you have with with current clients, but then it's going to up level you or break you through to more aligned long-term partnerships. Now, remember, Sagittarius Risings, with Gemini in the 7th house, what you need with clients that you work with on a long-term basis. We're talking about long-term clients, not someone that just buys a one-off course or someone that has a one-time phone call with you. We're talking about clients that essentially you have a 6-month, 12-month, or longer container with, long-term clients. This is the energy of Gemini for you. So to be in alignment with connection with people, there has to be a lot of communication, a lot of conversation. You need clients where you can brainstorm with, that you can bounce ideas off with, that you can chit chat and yippee yap with back and forth. Uranus is now going to come in and quantum leap those connections to find the most aligned clients so you can show up authentically as a teacher in these relationships. So if you're a business owner, this is amazing for client potential, but remember, there could be high highs, there could be low lows. Now, also the 7th house deals with friendships, long-term friendships. So with this transit happening over the next 7 years, you might notice that friends that you've known for a really long time fade out. There's a disruption. There's something shocking that comes up that all of a sudden either ends that friendship and you never thought that was going to happen, or a friend from a really long time ago could just be suddenly lightning bolt back into your life. You could also meet more aligned, authentic connections. So overall, my Sagittarius risings, we're looking at the partnerships in your life with people that you want to have for the long run, for the rest of your life. And Uranus might shake this up and make it feel a little volatile, but just know this is going to elevate the most special relationships in your life. So what if this Uranus and Gemini transit was the best thing that ever happened to you? And by the end of it, the people that are still in your life are going to be there forever. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF. Go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. If Uranus is transiting your 8th house, so most likely you're a Scorpio rising, like myself, this does not mean you're going to die. I know that's a huge fear for a lot of people who hear Uranus going into the 8th house, where the 8th house traditionally rules death, sex, and taxes. But it is honestly so much more than that. This is an energy, a vibration now for you that is essentially going to quantum leap you in those taboo topics of your life, those areas of life that are really uncomfortable, and the connections that you have to other people regarding those uncomfortable areas. So let's first talk about the financial aspect of the 8th house. We are looking at the relationships that you have with people that help benefit you financially. So we are thinking about your stockbroker, your investment guy or girl, romantic marriage partners that benefit you financially. Maybe it's a roommate or a tenant that pays for a lease or a place in your home. We're looking at people that are going to be gifting money to you through an inheritance. Debts and loans and taxes. So a CPA, a tax advisor, the banks, people that have loaned you money, people that help support you financially in your business, like clients, for example, people that share their resources and assets with you. So someone that's investing in your company, investing in your growth. So there is a lot of relationships tied to the 8th house. So these are all the kind of financial relationships that are going to require a quantum leap, an up level in your life. Now, with Uranus in the 8th house, right, he is going to disrupt. He is going to shake up. There's high highs, low lows. There's unexpected things here that could be happening, breakdowns. And of course, these breakdowns could be happening financially. There could be a very unexpected, right, Uranian twist that you didn't see coming with your money. But that breakdown could lead to a breakthrough because of a connection that you have to someone else, right? Where the 8th house is tying you. Maybe you meet someone that's a stockbroker or someone who invests in companies and you just lost everything you had, and you meet this person and like Uranus just shocks and surprises you with their connections. Or maybe you are married and you get divorced during this transit. So now your financial aspect of being supported by another person gets ripped away from you. But then all of a sudden you take out a favorable debt, a favorable amount of money to get your own apartment. And then that leads you to your quantum leaping of starting your own business. And now you have all these clients pouring money into you. This is a very financial 7 years for you. And therefore, the connections that you have that are financially tying you to them is going to be very significant and unexpected. And then not only that, but the eighth house is also going to be all the connections that you have with people in an intimate way. So we are talking about your intimate, romantic, sexual partners. So there could be, again, some very surprising, unexpected people if you are single that you connect with in an intimate or emotional way. If you are married or have a long-term partnership, you could be really going deep and exploring new intimacy levels with this person. So very Uranian, very unconventional, very untraditional. And remember, this is Gemini. So there's a lot of communication with these people necessary. There's a lot of conversation. There's a lot of brainstorming. There's a lot of ideas bouncing back and forth. You may also need to be traveling a lot during this season for financial reasons. There, of course, yes, Uranus can bring death in the eighth house, but it's usually not to the person having the transit. It's other people in your life that disrupts your finances because of this transit. And last thing here, you will see in the 7 years is there is going to be people in your life that are going to help you up level with your ability to process your fears, your vulnerabilities, your traumas. So we're looking at therapists, astrologers, spiritual practitioners, people that are going to help you up level your emotions and the depths of your soul during this transit. So if these people come swiftly, suddenly, and unexpectedly into your life, know that's Uranus coming in and helping you choose change, so you can up-level your emotional intelligence. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF. Go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. For those of you who have Uranus transiting your ninth house, so most likely you are a Libra rising, this is the area of life where Uranus is coming in for the next 7 years to shift you into your next level, to gain more wisdom, to gain more knowledge, to gain more life experiences. And there might be sudden, unexpected opportunities to do things in an unconventional way, to check things off your bucket list, to go beyond your horizons, to try out new things, or to do those things that you've wanted to do your entire life. And so when it comes to relationships and the connections in your life that Uranus may up level for you, I want you to essentially look at the relationships to people that are doing the things that you desire to do. So as you move into this transit, you want to start a business, look for mentors who have already nailed that business model. You want to travel, go find mentors or travel agents or people that have a really good idea of how to do the thing that you want to do. See, the ninth house deals with things outside of our comfort zone, the things that we still have to do to gain street smarts, to gain wisdom around. And there are people out there who already hold the wisdom. So Uranus could be bringing in some quantum leaping mentors into your life. This could also be a season where all of a sudden you become a mentor, or you take all your wisdom and all your knowledge and you share it, you speak it, you express it out into the world. This is Gemini, after all, for you in your ninth house. And so there is this huge energy that your soul signed up to have to teach others, to bring all your wisdom and your knowledge and the data that you've accumulated so far in your life and to share it on a public platform or in a book or in your community. There is some way that Uranus is coming in to disrupt you, to become a mentor or teacher, a speaker to other people. The other relationships here tied to your ninth house is going to be people that you have long distance connections with. So maybe you have friends or family that live in other countries. Maybe you don't yet, but Uranus surprises you and brings some of these people into your life. You go on a cruise and you meet people who live in another country and you decide to go visit them out of your comfort zone in the next 7 years. Maybe you have a pen pal or someone that you met on social media and you end up building a better connection. You chit chat a little bit more often, especially with the advancement of technology that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. So this is a really exciting chapter for you. We're also looking at the people that you want to learn from, right? As far as foreign countries, other cultures, different religions, spiritual advisors, spiritual mentors. So there is just a lot of learning that's going to happen for you. So find those people that Uranus surprises you with and quantum leap up into your next level. Also, I can see for some people, they may enter into a long distance relationship, or if you're already in a committed relationship, all of a sudden you guys start traveling together a whole lot during this transit, and it may be initiated by you because you're the one who's going through the transit. And zooming out a little bit too, with Uranus in the ninth house, this could be disruption or breakdown to your current belief systems. So if you were raised under a certain religion, you have a certain political affiliation, Uranus can really shake this up for you in his transit through your ninth house. So just keep that in mind as well. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF, go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. If you have Uranus and Gemini transiting your 10th house, most likely you are a Virgo rising. This is going to be related to all the connections that you have in your professional life, in your work career area, because the 10th house deals with your purpose, your mission, your legacy, what you want to be known for in this world. And so we are looking at all of those partnerships, those business connections that you might have that may get a disruption. Now, Uranus moving through the 10th house is a 7-year chapter that could be literally bringing shakeups to your professional life. You may change industries, you may change companies, you may change positions within your field or industry. So there's some high highs or low lows as Uranus brings that shaking up, that liberation from where you are now. So if you're feeling stuck, this is a really exciting transit for you. But essentially, this means that you're going to have shakeups around the connections in your career, right? If you move companies, you're going to have a shakeup and have a new boss. If you change positions, it's going to shake up not only the people that you interact with on a day-to-day level as far as your team or your downline, but it's going to shake up your client load or the different people you have to speak with in your professional world, right? And so, of course, just by nature of having a transit in your professional life that is so disrupting, like Uranus, it is going to disrupt the connections tied to that. So we're thinking things like again, bosses, career mentors, industry leaders. If you have your own business, we're looking at like social media managers, clients, people that follow you, people that see you in a certain light. If you are not in a career, maybe you're a mother or you are a stay-at-home wife or whatever it is, you may also find that the connections that you have with people that associate with that title, that position that you have for yourself also gets disrupted. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, that is your position, that is your title, that is your role. And therefore, maybe there's some shakeups to your friends that are also moms that stay at home, right? So there is just a shakeup here overall. And with the Uranian energy of up-leveling, of quantum leaping, you may find some very unique, very innovative, very creative partnerships or alignments that help you in your career, that help take you to the next level. In addition to your public reputation may change or your title may change. And so therefore, the people that want to work with you or the people that relate to you, you're like on another level. And so you're calling in more people to that level of which Uranus is upgrading you to. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF, go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. If you have Uranus transiting your 11th house, so most likely you're a Leo rising, this is going to bring shakeups or disruptions to the relationships around your friendships. Now, the 11th house is typically in pop astrology known as the friendship, the community, the tribe area of your life, but it also deals with your future. So it's any connection in your life that is bringing you into the future, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. And so there's a lot of different connections here that could be impacted with Uranus's breakthroughs, disruptions, and innovations. But let's just go back to the friends for just a moment. This could be some high highs or low lows in your friendships over the next 7 years. I want you to remember that Uranus is here to help you choose change. He's helping you evolve into the next version of yourself around your community, around your tribe. So the way that you are entering in this transit and who you consider to be your people may not be your people by the end of this journey, because you are going to quantum leap. You are going to require more out of your friendships, out of your tribe. And as you grow and as you evolve and as you have different interests and different wants and needs and desires over the next 7 years, you may need to realign yourself with people like that. You could also find that you're craving a lot more connection, a lot more conversation with your friends. And those that are not in alignment with that, maybe they're too busy to get on the phone with you. Maybe they're too busy to meet up. Maybe they don't have enough time or they don't have enough interest to connect with you verbally, or maybe to go on trips with you or travel to see you, are going to start fading out. because Uranus is coming in and liberating you away from the friends that don't embody the Gemini energy, because you have Gemini in the 11th house. So your ideal tribe has Gemini qualities, okay? Super important to understand. Doesn't mean you need to be friends with Gemini suns, but people that embrace that energy of fun and wittiness and lightheartedness and communication and conversations. So Uranus is here to disrupt and shake that up. Now, let's go back to the fact that the 11th house also deals with your future. So we are looking at people that are going to help you move into your future. So of course it's going to be friends, right? They help you and inspire you and cheerlead you on, but sometimes it's going to be more about like your business network or the mentors or people that you meet through similar groups. Like maybe you're a mom and your child's in soccer, and so you meet other soccer moms, or maybe you're a business owner and you go to networking groups with other business owners. These are the people that are going to help you thrive in the future goals and aspirations and the journey that you're on. So these relationships may get shaken up. There may be surprising new people that come into your life. So your group dynamics and the overall connections that you have will be shifted, will be quantum leaping in the next 7 years. So you're going to be calling in more soul-aligned people. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF. Go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. Now, for those of you who have Uranus and Gemini transiting your 12th house, so most likely you are a Cancer rising, this is an energy now where Uranus is going behind the scenes. He is clearing out the karmic cords. He is working a lot on you. There's a lot of interpersonal connection that is happening with this transit. So first of all, this doesn't deal with as many people in the outside world, but it does with a few, and we'll get into that in a second. But I want you to really do some introspection. I want you to focus on yourself in the next 7 years. Quantum leaping around your spiritual health, your emotional health, your mental health. Uranus comes in and it disrupts. It shocks you. And the 12th house deals a lot with your subconscious, your limiting beliefs. And there could be some challenges, right? Uranus says choose change. It's time to think differently. It's time to approach your spirituality and your energetic health differently. It's time to challenge your beliefs and your mental health. So Uranus is going to come in and shake up your vibration, your behind the scenes, and he may force you to clear a lot out of your life during this season. This is such a shedding. This is such a purging. Because remember, Uranus is the vibration of change. And the 12th house is the final house. So this is a season of cutting energetic cords, cutting the past, doing past life regression. And so connections that you have to people who are spiritual healers is going to be so important. Uranus may suddenly, swiftly, out of the blue, bring people into your life that are Reiki practitioners, past life regressionists, any kind of spiritual guru, psychics, things like that, because they're here to help you quantum leap, to up level your life. This is really exciting. Now, also, there could be people from your past circling back around completely unexpectedly for you to heal and clear and cut those cords once and for all. And when it comes to these people from the past, it's really asking you to look at your old patterning in these relationships and clearing karmic contracts. This is going to be such a huge thing that you're going to feel and experience. Like a lot of relationships are just cycling out. And you're getting ready for a super, super massive new beginning when Uranus moves into your first house. And yes, that won't happen for another 7 years. But those 7 years, when Uranus moves into Cancer, is going to be a huge shift. And so now you're in the preparation of where Uranus is breaking down and cutting cords and moving things out of your life swiftly and unexpectedly with high highs and low lows. But when it comes to relationships, we're really looking at the karmic energetic cords clearing. You're working on your own interpersonal vibration and your mental energetic and spiritual health. And then also, this is the area of the sky that deals with the relationships that we have with people behind the scenes. So working with people behind the scenes in your life on projects for work. It also deals with hospitals, hospital workers, mental health therapists, caretakers, people that are of service to you in the spiritual, mental, or emotional realm. And of course, there's so many other relationships that are connected to this area of your chart. So go check that out in my free downloadable PDF guide in the description box below. Let me know how this resonates. And remember, what if Uranus and Gemini was the best thing that ever happened to you? Because you are going to clear so much and you're going to up level in preparation for a very fabulous 7 years ahead after we get through this transit. And of course, there's a lot more relationships that are connected to this house for you. So go download that free PDF, go check out the house that Uranus is transiting for you for more details. And I'm going to send you a lot of love. Good luck with this transit. Let me know how this resonated. So I hope you took something extremely valuable away from understanding the relationships connected to the Gemini area of your chart and how Uranus is coming in to free you, to up level you. Uranus is not an energy we fear, but rather we work with it. Reminder again, he is a life coach. He says, choose change. It's time to choose a new way, a new pattern of communication, of relating to, of connecting with the people tied to the Gemini area of our chart. And so if we don't choose those changes on our own, or we feel stuck and stagnant, or we're not working with the energy, then yes, he is going to choose it for us. He is going to disrupt that area of our life. So it's kind of like a little cosmic wake-up call. Remember too, that this is just an introduction. This is just a little bit of a preview, as Uranus is only going to be in Gemini in this area of our chart until November. And then he is going to retrograde back to the Taurus area of our chart, where he's going to go back and have one final cleanup, one final hoorah, one last sudden shift or unexpected change to the Taurus area of our life and the relationships connected to the Taurus area of our chart. So that's where you might kind of see like the breakthrough or the disruption, or all of a sudden things kind of like fall into place in that area. And then in April, he's coming back in full time in the Gemini area of our chart. And so you may really see the momentum picking up, the progressiveness, the traditional kind of stuff falling away. But again, we'll talk more about that. Stick around here with me. We have so much more to discuss about the current astrology and how it's impacting our relationships. And connect with me and let me know how you're feeling about this current transit. Yes, it's new. Yes, it's fresh. But where are you ready to shake up things in your life? What relationships are in your life are you already kind of feeling this quantum vibration, like changes on the horizon? I'm super curious. I've been having a lot of these conversations with my clients in their mid-year check-ins. So we're going to kind of wrap up this episode. Thank you for joining me. We end every episode with a segment I call What's in Our Orbit, where I share with you what is going on in the astro family world. And right now we are doing mid-year check-ins. If you had your 2025 astro forecast, we kind of talked a lot about the first months of 2025, and there was so much to cover that I said, hey, let's put a pin on it. We won't discuss anything past June, because by the time we get to June and July, our lives are going to look so different. So we'll reconvene and go back over the next 6 months from July till December of 2025. So I'm doing a lot of these check-in readings. And with that, I have decided to launch a new offering where you can get readings every single month for a discounted price. And so the July offer is mid-year check-ins. Totally appropriate. We were talking about the Uranus and Gemini more specifically and what that looks like in your chart based on the planets that you have in Gemini. We're looking at the Saturn in Aries. We're doing a challenge right now in the Astro family over on Telegram. We're calling it the Saturn 99-day challenge until Saturn moves back into Pisces on September 1st. And so with this discounted offer, here's how it works. Every single month, I'm going to be doing a new theme. So July is mid-year check-ins. August is going to be business owner entrepreneurial readings, and so on for each and every month. You're going to get it for a special discounted price of $99, which saves you over $50 on my regular reading price. I'm only doing a limited amount every month, 20 readings. So first come, first serve. Our Astro family over on Telegram always gets the announcement of the theme first. Then on my email list, so if you get the free downloadable PDF guide on the house systems, you're going to be in my email list. So you'll get second opportunity. And then I post it on social media. Now, remember, I did say that someone is going to win a free mid-year check-in for joining me on this podcast journey. So all you have to do is share this podcast episode or any of the other podcast episodes on your social media. Make sure you take a screenshot and send it over to me at the Relational Astrologer, all one word, at gmail.com, or you can leave a review. If you leave a review on Apple or Spotify, make sure again you screenshot it, email it on over so you are entered to win that prize. And then if you do the same next month, you share again on your social media, then you will also be entered into next month. So you can enter as many times as you like. You can share this podcast as many times as you like. Just make sure you submit to the Relational Astrologer at gmail.com every single entry that you have. Now, I do also want to share we have another thing going on in our Astro family, and that is the fact that in the time I took off from this podcast, I completed my Astrology for Parents course. This was literally a passion project that I have been working on for 3 years. Yes, 3 years. As Saturn was transiting my fifth house, and the fifth house, again, is entrepreneurial journey, creative passion projects. It's the house of children. I've been working so diligently behind the scenes of having readings with parents and children of newborn babies, all the way to children who are estranged from their parents, and understanding what parents need to know to become the ultimate caretaker for their child, to raise their child in this crazy modern world, and to break down their child's chart in individual, easy to follow modules. And it is completed and it is done. And if you're curious about it, you can head to the description box. I have a link there talking all about the course, but this has been my baby, my passion project, and it is alive. And we have so many of our Astro family members who already are enrolled in the course. I'm getting amazing feedback on how it's helping them become kind of mini family astrologers, where they are understanding not only their child's chart, but a lot about their own lives and their own parenting style and the parenting style of the other parent and their nieces and nephews. And it is so exciting to hear your reviews and your testimonials. So keep them coming, Astro family. I'm going to leave it at that. Of course, you could join us over on Telegram anytime you like, where every single day I'm sending an Astro weather update. We're talking about the crazy astrology every single day. Our community over there is amazing. We've got the best group chat where we check in on each other. We talk about how we're being impacted by this crazy astrology. And each month I give you sun season challenges. We're doing the Saturn challenge. We do new and full moon ceremonies. I do prizes and giveaways, and there's a discount for everyone in the Telegram for all my offerings. So I would love to see you over there, connect with you a little bit deeper. And I'm going to send you guys so much love and light. Thank you for being here. I hope you are more excited about the Uranus and Gemini transit than you were before you listened to this video. Hop over on my Instagram, my TikTok, again, The Relational Astrologer, and let me know what you liked about this, if it made you feel excited. And I will catch you in the next episode. And until then, may the stars keep guiding you on your path.